Welcome back. I got a grill today from AmericanModified.com for the Ram, and we are going to show how to install it and see how it looks. So this here is how it looks. It does have a light here in the center. It's an easy hookup, just a negative and a positive on the back. It's a pretty decent feeling plastic. So the backside, it does look like it uses part of the original grill frame or something because it looks like it snaps in and bolts in too. On my particular truck, I got the flares here that I'm gonna have to remove because I'm gonna have to pop these off in order to get the center grill out. There is a way you can pull on these and without doing that, but I prefer to just take it off. So these things on the side have to come off. This plastic piece here with these pins, and then we're gonna take this out of here, and that should be it as far as getting this out. So one of these tools here is highly recommended for these pins. It's so much easier to get these out than trying to use anything else other than one of these. Next, there is 8mm bolts along top here, and there is one push pin on each side, which this one is larger than the rest, so just got to remember to the larger ones go on this part, not the original first piece. So now there is four 10mm bolts. One here, 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 and there. Probably of this whole job, this is probably maybe the most tedious part. You have to, well, I got to take this off, but that's not a big deal. That comes off in about not even a minute. But this lower piece, there's just two bolts there, and there's a few here. There's a push pin you got to get off right here, so you can pull this back because there's a 10mm bolt that's holding it on in this corner. So there is a pretty tough push pin in here. It's right up in this front corner. I got pretty much free enough that it should be able to be pulled out of the way and kind of bend it up and set it by the tire. Now there is, we got one more. There's a 10mm bolt that's going downward right here. That is like the worst part of the whole thing because you can't use a power tool for it. A little tab in here I'll show you on another piece. It's easy. You're going to push down on that tab and this will just kind of come right off. And that's it. It's a piece out of the way, it's easy to see. This is what I'm referring to. You're going to push down on this and that will release it. Kind of hard to get all the light up on it, but you can see it when it's in there. You just push that down. That part is the worst part just because you got to take off all that other stuff just to get to that one bolt pretty much in that tab to remove that piece. You can try to get it out of here, but you can break the clips on the plastic piece that goes up front, so you can chance it, but it's just better to, plus they usually get in the way when you're trying to pull the grill off, so it's just completely easier if they're out of the way. Up here I took them out already, but there is two 10mm, fairly long, and an 8mm that goes on the end here. Same setup on the other side, and then the grill is just ready to lift off. Now with mine I do have a camera mounted here, so I got to unplug it, but other than that it's ready to come off. So as far as taking it off, these top two ends sit on top of like a guide pin kind of thing. And then you should just be able to lift it out of here. Here is these clips that go all the way around the outer edge. And there are some in the center too. And there also is 8mm headed bolts that go around the perimeter as well. So I believe I got them all out. So it would be time to push these clips out. So for these tabs, you're gonna wanna like push to the side. You're gonna push and push down to separate at the same time. This is easier than I thought it was. I'm not done yet. These are the locking tabs I'm talking about, so you're just gonna push them that way while you're spreading the grill away from the base. And just work your way around, just popping a little bit at a time. And then you got your screws that go back in here. Obviously your orientation of up and down, these tabs down here is the bottom for the front piece, two corner pieces. And we're just gonna drop this back on and snap it in. Looks like that's it, other than putting the screws back. And then it can go back on. We got the wires that are going to run through. I have that aux switches, so that'll be easy to do. And remount the camera somewhere on this one. Okay, so all these clips are popped in. I got all the bolts back. One thing I noticed right away is I flipped this light around. It's just two screws, but the wire was on the passenger side and all my hookups are on the driver's side. So I took the screws out and just flipped the light to the other side, or flipped it around so that the cord, the power wire, is on the driver's side. So this is what I'm talking about with having that piece off of there. It makes it a lot easier. Just get this up in there without fighting, going around stuff. And it actually, to me, does not look bad on the black truck. I was kind of worried about it, what it was going to look like, but it's actually not bad. So what I got to do is I got to run stuff for the camera and run this wire over to my distribution thing over here, and we'll continue with the assembly. So I did get the camera mounted. I mounted it down lower this time. I think I'm gonna like it down here better. And my main thing was pulling up on things when I'm parking, like on a vehicle in front of me or something like that. And up here, I was just getting too much view. I didn't need as much as down low. So we're gonna try it down here. But all the wires are up through here. So now it's just a matter of putting everything back. Slide this piece back in. The end's kind of like our guide. Now remember, this is the one that uses the larger push pins, because if you put the smaller ones in, they'll fit, and then later you realize that the bigger ones won't go. Reference, this is the smaller one. There's a whole bunch of them, and this is the, well, it's wider at the base. The last thing for up top is to put this plastic piece back on, and the ends kind of go underneath. Put all the push pins in. Like I was saying before, on the ends we have the short 8mm that goes here, and the two long 10mm go there. What we have left is pop these back in. Kind of got to pop that top corner in pretty good. Now see, in the past I have broken that, so that's why I say take it off all the way. And now all we got to do is put those 10mm bolts in. Okay, under here, I got it all back together, but you got those two screws there. You don't need to take them all the way out. You just back them out a little bit, and so that bigger the circles, they'll fit around the washers. There's 3 bolts here, and then this panel comes off. Now I have the fender flare, so it hides some of the bolts, but you got one here and here that you want to take out, and there's the push pin right there. I gotta pop that back in still, but you don't really need to take anything back here, and all of this is to your discretion. So what I mean by discretion is, like I said, if you want to pop these corner pieces off without taking that and just pry them out a little bit, you can do that, but like I said, you could possibly damage one of the clips. Now, that happened to me in the past on this one, and on a TRX, it was stressed. So definitely taking it off like I did here will avoid that. If you want to chance it and avoid, you know, there's probably 30 to 45 minutes of maybe work here, messing with that, maybe 30 minutes. You could save some time by not doing it, but I would do it the way I did it, because you'll 100% not damage it. So here's my little distribution aux power relays, where the controller is in the truck. Yeah, these wires here, I'm just gonna tie them up here. I don't know what I want to do with them. I want to shorten them or whatever, but I got it hooked to number 4, so we'll just put this lid back on. And then I grounded it here. There's a bunch of ground studs along the wall here. All right, so we'll turn it to run. I don't have a thing here yet, but that's number 4. It's on. And there you have it. So the lights are working. So honestly, before I put this on, I wasn't sure if I was actually gonna like it. I didn't know if it was gonna go or not, but I actually do like it. I do have some other flat black on the truck, so it does kind of go with it. So no, I'm actually liking it. I didn't know if I was gonna like taking the Ram emblem off or whatever, but at least on a black truck, I think it looks pretty decent. Now, at first I was gonna say that maybe I would want it body color. I think it would look okay body color too, but on black, I think it's fitting this truck. But I would say if you were putting it on a different color truck, you might want to color match it, maybe. It's up to you, but I think it would look pretty good if it was painted to match. But no, fit and finish is actually pretty good. The lighting, we'll find out at night, because I have no idea how bright these are going to be. I don't expect them to be too bright. They are LEDs, but I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it. But because especially with these headlights, they're so strong, they kind of overpower everything. So we'll see on that part. Also, for me, with mounting the camera down lower, I'm expecting to have a better view of what I was actually wanting it for. Like I said, mounted up high, I was getting way more than I wanted to see, and not enough of what I actually did want to see. So this is from AmericanModified.com. I am going to post a link so you can purchase it if you'd like on the notes down below. And please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.